Yep, that's something that we buy. We're gonna be paying $19 an ounce in sterling today. If it's plated silver, we'll be paying $1 a pound. Some of these people I deal with on the phone drive me insane. They'll ask a question and I'll give them an answer. And then they'll ask the question again, but they'll just rephrase the question. It's like, I just gave you an answer. Welcome guys to another episode of Evan Kale's a Pawn Star. I'm Evan Kale, I work in the gold and silver business, and this is my reality show about my job and my educational content about gold and silver and precious metals, rare coins, antique currency. Kind of like the show Pawn Stars, but better. So it's my job both to educate you and entertain you, and today we're gonna be doing some deals, making some money. I'm gonna show you how this business works, and maybe I'll even teach you something useful along the way. I have quite a lot to do. If this is your first time watching the episode, know the first thing I do is tend to my eBay business and get packages ready to ship out. So let's get started on that. All right, so looks like got 6 items going out. Let's see, 2005 mint set. This guy came in last week wheeling in like an airline suitcase, and he flips it open and it was just packed full of random shit. So much random shit. It took the boss and I an hour and a half to go through. It was on my birthday, and afterward it was like, okay, now I'm gonna go sit out back and drink scotch because I'm working on my birthday, and that was too much work. So he had all these really inexpensive wristwatches. I mean, basically I made a pile of the stuff that like, this actually doesn't have any value really, but I'll buy it just for the sake of selling it. So in that pile, he had a bunch of like inexpensive wristwatches, and I just sold all of them for 30 bucks. I think we paid him 20 for the whole pile, and there's still a bunch of other knickknacks that I haven't sold yet. So it'll actually end up being profitable. Oh my God, it was so much work to go through, and the guy's stuff was so gross. So this is what's going out. These handmade bead bracelet deals that are really inexpensive and kind of poorly made, frankly. I'm surprised it sold. A 2005 uncirculated coin set. These 2 lots of Barber half dollars. I think each one went for 220 bucks. The inexpensive watches. A lady shock resistant antique Omega wristwatch. This one for 30 bucks. And then this amber gold piece. Apparently some Russian woman sold this to the boss 2 years ago. He paid $60 and we sold it for $160. This part here is gold. And frankly, this piece I think is beautiful. This is like one of the most beautiful pieces I think I've sold. These are all amber. It's like a little grapevine. So all these are going out. Let's package them up. How you doing?
Howdy.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What do you got today? Commemorative?
I don't have any commemoratives. I haven't had much stuff come in. Plus 9, 2160.
2160.
Yeah, do you want some sleeves or tubes?
Yeah, you can do that. Could you do 20?
Oh, yeah, I'll do 20. Why not?
Okay.
So he's a very nice guy, but he comes in all the time, and he always asks the same questions. Do you have any commemoratives? Do you have any of this? Yeah, like he's like looking for something very specific that we fucking never have. It's like, we didn't have it 2 days ago. We ain't got it today. Probably not gonna have it tomorrow. But he's like, oh, there's just so much boomerism about him that just fucking drives me nuts. Like, I'm in a race right now to beat the mailman. In fact, I shouldn't even be talking. I should be finishing packaging. Because, like, the mailman comes at 11, it's 10:50, and he'll always come in here and, like, he'll, like, suck up all my time. He'll be here for, like, an hour, and, like, then I'll miss the mailman. And he always wants to haggle on everything, and I never get what I'm asking for with him. Like, I'm glad to do business with him and cut him deals, but, like, sometimes it's like, no! Like, no! And then he always makes a fucking mess, too. Like, look at this. He checked out my foreign silver, and he just left it in this tray without putting it back. I had to dump it in his back. You guys didn't see, I already fixed it, but he had all my half dollars and all my quarters in the same bucket. I'm like reminded of this thing I saw online, like millennials versus boomers at restaurant, and it's like millennials clean up after themselves and boomers leave a mess. Welcome to another edition of Evan Complains. I'm Evan. Let me complain. Shit, I should be so lucky. I have a job, and a really good one.
Silver, is it okay?
It sure is. Whole bag, all right.
Oh, and then some. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like educational content because fucking nobody knows about this business, and there's like no YouTube content about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Yep, I'm using Kitco. So I'll just look on Kitco, the app. I'll see what the market price is, and I'll pay 50 bucks less. My pleasure. Hope to see you. Bye-bye. Oh, it's the mailman? Oh, shit. I couldn't print any packages for him in time. So we got all this stuff. We're going to weigh it now. 32 ounces. Okay, I can pay you $610.
Oh, what about this gold ring? You want to buy it?
Sure, yeah. One sec. Make a mark. Drop acid. The mark is held. So let's weigh it. I'd be a buyer of this at $120. So it'd be 730 total.
Is that a real diamond?
I strongly doubt it. You want to double check for you?
No, thanks.
This is what I bought from that lady. 32 ounces of sterling silver. Everything this lady brought me, I could tell was like high quality stuff. I mean, she must have spent a fortune on this. Then she also had a 14 karat gold ring in the mix. So now I am going to write a letter to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz because there is a law that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And the law is, so if you buy bullion, you don't have to pay tax. It's tax-free if it's 99.9%, but that doesn't apply to bullion in coin form. It only applies to bullion in bar form. So like, you know, as we've covered, you can get bullion in coins or you can get it in bars that come in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, 100 ounces, 1,000 I've even seen, but not coins. And the US government doesn't really make bars, and a lot of what we deal in is US government bullion. So we're like, like the law was written by somebody who clearly has no understanding of bullion, because it's mainly applicable to US gold and silver, our business, and we're supposed to be charging tax on that, but not other kinds of bullion. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna write them a letter being like, hey, you have a law that doesn't make sense. You should change that. So I'm gonna do that right now, because I am an outraged citizen. I'm competing with the internet as a small business, which is hard to do. And a lot of online dealers don't charge tax. And that's just an unfair advantage that they have against me if I have to charge tax here, but somebody can just go online and get something tax-free and hassle-free, frankly, and not have to like get in their car and leave their house. So let's write a letter. After I have my scone. Look at that scone. Evan Kale, eater of scones. It's a very dry scone. Dear Governor Walz, my name is Evan Kale. I'm writing this letter regarding a concern about sales tax. Sir, as a bullion dealer in these trying times, we are doing everything we can to stay in business. It's not easy, as I'm sure you can imagine. We need every edge we can get, especially in the face of competition from online retailers. It has recently brought some ambiguities regarding sales tax in the bullion market in the state of Minnesota. According to our state's current laws, bullion dealers are exempt from charging sales tax when selling 99.9% precious metal purity bullion bars. However, coins that are 99.9% of precious metals are not exempt. Sir, this doesn't make sense, as the bulk of bullion we deal in is United States government bullion, which only comes in coin format. Silver comes in the form of American silver eagles, and gold comes in the form of gold eagles. Buffalo coins are commemorative coins. Essentially, the law seems like it was written without a proper understanding of the bullion market and the products available to consumers from the US government. It is a gigantic dissuader for customers buying bullion when a silver or gold bar is exempt from sales tax, but US government bullion is not. I'm writing this letter hoping you will address my concern and change the law to exempt US bullion coins that are 99.9% precious metal. It will be beneficial to the survival of our business and the satisfaction of our customers. It pains me to see a sale walk out the door because a customer would rather make an online purchase from an out-of-state vendor who is not charging sales tax rather than stimulate our business and the state's economy. I gotta change that. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Evan Kale. So I'm gonna send that to Governor Walz. So you got something cool in that guy's suitcase of random knickknacks. He had these old presses. What's this? It's like for an old bank. Put it in, press it down, stamp it. That makes a corporate seal for this old bank from like the 1800s. Created a piece of paper. As you can see, it's pretty worn down and aged. It's rusting pretty heavily. This thing's got to be at least 150 years old. Pull it out. And ta-da! What a lovely corporate seal for the Bank of Winter in Winter, South Dakota. All right, a spare moment, finally. So let's take a look on eBay and see what kinds of offers we have. I bought an insane amount of silver the other week. It was like, straight up like, I had to bring it in a freight car. It was so much. The guy had what are known as monster boxes, as we covered in a previous episode. It's a box of 500 American Eagles. And then he also had these 1 ounce proofs in the box. And he had these 2012 2 American coin set. There's 2 ounces of silver, but it's a special kind of deal. Like, I was so overwhelmed looking at all the silver. I was like, the market price was $28.50. I'll just pay you the market price and all the silver. It's like, I don't want to try and go through and sort what's going to be more expensive and what's not. Yeah, just come on by. You don't need an appointment. 10 to 5 Monday to Friday. Okay, thanks, bye. It's open, yeah.
What's the price on
$2,075. Everything happens at once, always when I'm eating lunch. Can I help you?
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for the gold and silver guy, and that's probably you.
That's me. It's like we got,
Did I talk to you earlier?
I think so. You sound familiar.
Yeah.
Sterling, this is gonna have some weight to it. Let's throw it on scale.
Okay.
Be a buyer of this at $610.
What was the weight on it?
32.1 ounces.
Yeah, well, here. It's part of a set.
Yeah.
There's the set.
Oh, that's a pretty set. Old sets like this I can sell again, yeah. I would hate to melt something down that's this nice. This is a nice set.
Yeah, I'm really wrestling on what to do with it because Sotheby's, I contacted them and they want to send it to New York for an auction in January, and they estimated a sale price at $6,000 to $9,000.
On that?
No, on the whole set.
On the whole set, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how much the whole set weighs?
Yeah, 359 troy ounces.
I mean, I'd take the set off your hands today at 6,900.
Okay, that's good. Could I get you to jot that down
Yeah.
on your card or whatever? You know, I think when I talked to you earlier, I think you were saying like, I think it was $19 an ounce. That's the ballpark?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm calculating what you gave me just there.
Yep.
That's how I came up with that price.
Okay,
It was actually 6,800 and some change, but I kicked it up a little bit.
okay.
It's a really pretty piece.
That is a nice piece.
Oh, and it's all cleaned up
Yeah.
in the entire set.
See, it says Sterling right here.
All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. I
Sure.
appreciate your
Yeah,
help.
come on back. No
Thank you.
appointment necessary.
Okay.
So we get that sometimes. People just shopping around looking for the best price. I mean, that had some weight to it, and the guy had a whole set, as you guys just saw. So I really hope he comes back. That's something we would not melt that down. I would turn around and sell that on eBay. I was offering him 6,900. I mean, realistically, it's 24 an ounce. Yeah, that set, if I bought it at 6,900, I could probably sell for about 9,000. So a couple weeks ago, this guy, he had an appointment. I had to come meet him here. I had to like lock the door. I had to bring all of his silver in on like a cart because it was more than I could carry. And he had just boxes and boxes of stuff. It was all US government stuff, but I was so overwhelmed with the quantity. It's like, look, I'll just blanket pay you the market price right now. So, cause like I was opening these boxes and he had this special set. He had like 25 of these. So 50 ounces. It's a 2-coin set from 2012. It's a silver set and it's got a burnish proof and a reverse proof. Like this one has been sandblasted. It's a very special set. And I paid them $59 a box. It's 2 ounces. And then I looked online and these are highly collectible. And they're going for $100 to $150 a set. So it's very rare I get a premium like that on my silver. So just in those boxes, I did really well. So I just got an offer, 1 box of this for $120, and again, I paid $59. So I'm for sure gonna take that. Even with the eBay fees, that's a killer profit margin. So 120, done deal. This guy I have to block because he keeps making joke offers.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I called yesterday. Gold necklace of my wife's.
Okay.
It's 11.05 pennyweight, I guess. There's also this little charm that goes with it. Okay.
All right. What carat?
And so it's 14 karat. Both pieces are 14 karat.
Okay. Let me throw it on the scale. Let me just test it.
Hey.
We'll get your price.
Holy cow, you're packing a ton?
I kind of have to right now.
Why?
Have you not seen the news?
Oh, wow. Crazy, huh? Dangerous neighborhood?
Isn't every neighborhood dangerous these days?
Nah, not to me.
Try being in this business. Okay. Looks like it's good. I'll be a buyer of this stuff at $460.
Well, he told me 600 yesterday.
I couldn't
That's
base.
what I was told. I said it was 11.05 pennyweight. Told him exactly what it was. 14 karat gold. He said about 600 bucks. He said he want to see it, but 600 bucks. I mean, it's over a half ounce. It's it's over $1,000 worth of gold value.
I actually am calculating its value at about 615. It's 17.17 grams times 0.585 times 60 a gram, 602.
I'm told 11.05 pennyweight's 0.6 of an ounce. 0.6 of an ounce,
Right.
half an ounce. Today's gold price is at $19.50. That puts it over $1,000.
I'll check one more calculator, but I'm probably not going to come up that high. Okay, I was doing this in grams, we'll do it pennyweight. Actually, it's an estimated value of $592, with the price of gold right now at $1,933 an ounce.
Okay, but isn't 11.06 pennyweight over a half an ounce?
I'm using caratcalculator.com.
Yeah.
It's industry standard. So I'm going to be firm on my offer.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it then.
Okay.
I'll hang on. So I've got a higher offer than what you're giving me. So That's fine.
All right, well, sorry I couldn't make an arrangement.
All right.
All right, well, have a great day, sir.
You too.
Thank you.
The guy shouldn't tell me 600, have me drive down here, and then you can tell me it's, what'd you say, 480?
Again, I'm not gonna pay the full value of what it's worth. I have to make money.
Right,
And
no, I understand that.
plus the markets change every day, and it's down today.
But I know, but it went down $7, 7 cents or whatever, so.
Oh, I'm sorry there's confusion. I'm firm on my price. I gotta make money, and he wanted too much. That's just like, no, I'm not running a fucking charity. All right, so for this week's informative talk shtick, I don't know, I do something really informative about the business. So let's talk about running an eBay business for this one. Running an eBay business was one of the first things that I wanted to do when I started working here, because I'm gonna make a long story short. I ran an eBay business when I was in college, when I worked at Macy's Men's Shoes. I was buying all the clearance shoes for my department that weren't selling, and I was flipping them on eBay, and I made like tens of thousands of dollars. I got fired from doing it, but eBay is a great tool for selling merchandise. It's especially a great tool when you're dealing with something like your storefront being closed down, like when we were shut down for coronavirus. Our eBay business was really what was keeping us afloat. Our eBay business covers our overhead, pays for me to be here, and then profits a little bit more. Really high-end jewelry that I buy, I don't scrap it. I put it on eBay. Like these watches, these sterling silver watches I bought earlier. I paid the lady for the metal price. I know I'm gonna be able to get an inflated rate because it's a nice piece of jewelry that somebody will wanna pay. Shit, I'm gonna ask $100 a watch on eBay. See what happens. So to run an eBay business, you need a few things. Number one, you need your own device. I have an iPad that I use. I went and I bought it. It's a refurbished iPad. We spent $250 on it like a year ago. It's from like 2013 or 14. Like you don't need a new thing. You can use your phone. I like the iPad, just it's good to have my own command center for eBay, and then I have my personal phone too. So you need some kind of a tablet or device. I wouldn't recommend using a desktop for listing on eBay. Have some kind of a mobile device. For a success... What? $50 per ounce under the market price. So right now I have a live price of $1,939, so I'd be $50 less than that. Alrighty, we'll see you when you get here. Bye-bye. I don't want to fucking talk. Anyway, what was I saying? To have a successful eBay store where you're constantly moving merchandise, you need to have 1,000 items for sale, and that took me a while to build that up. Once you have 1,000 items, it's just kind of a magic number. You're selling 5-10 items a day. You're selling stuff every day, no matter what. So, you've got commerce going. You've created a new commerce sector where you didn't have commerce before. I was walking around here when I first started working here, just looking at all this stuff that my boss has accumulated from being in business, because it wasn't online at all. It's like, shit, there's so much stuff to sell. You need to have expertise on what you're selling, and you also need a strategy for not bogging yourself down. Like whenever I list items, fuck the description. I don't even do a description. Like I try to pump out as many items per day as I can on eBay. I mean, I've hit a point where I do 10 a day now. I was doing like 30 a day for a while, but we have like 1,500 items for sale now. I humanly can't keep track of more than that. I'm gonna start making mistakes, especially when it starts getting busy in here. eBay takes a back seat, and then I kind of let the stuff sell without replenishing it. I would say photos are way more important than a description. I just don't do a description. You don't need a fancy store. You don't need a fancy template for your listings. Like all my stuff on eBay is really rudimentary, and we do, I don't want to say our exact numbers. We do good numbers on eBay, and I don't have to put a lot of effort into listing stuff. The drawbacks with eBay, and there's a few. Number one, you rely on the United States Postal Service, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm a little bit nervous about the future because UPS is too expensive, and FedEx is good for really heavy packages, but for lighter ones, forget it. It would just destroy our margins. So we're depending on the USPS, and I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of scary. We have packages that get lost sometimes. Like I would say 99.5% of packages going out is fine, but that 0.5% there can be a problem, and that's just a headache. I shipped 50 wartime nickels to a guy in Hawaii, and somewhere along the way the package got slit open and the guy got an empty package, and USPS was like, well, you didn't get insurance on this, so nothing we can do. So we lost out on that. We lost like $100 on that, and that's just kind of the name of the game. It happens. Sometimes you can file claims on the post office, like if it's insured. I have filed some claims with damaged merchandise, and I have gotten paid on them, but by and large, it's very small, but it is a risk using the USPS and doing business through the mail. The other thing that's difficult with eBay, as we covered in a recent episode, they have no fucking knowledge about coins on eBay, and they'll sometimes flag our account for selling fake coins when we're not, and they'll punish our account when we don't deserve it. And it's on me to argue with somebody that has no fucking idea what they're talking about, how they're making a mistake, and usually they don't listen. And that's just like, the burden of proof becomes on you, and it's unnecessary. It can cost you money. Like, we got shut down for 3 days for selling a coin that was real, and that cost us probably a couple $1,000s in lost revenue. So that happens. That's a problem. We also, like, the fees on eBay are insane. It's upwards of 20% you're paying. I can't sell bullion on eBay, like gold coins. I can't sell those on eBay because with the fees and everything, we would lose money. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to sell them in here than on there. What eBay is really good for is collectibles and really obscure, like, queer stuff that we get. Antique notes, like I just bought these. We'll cover these in a minute. I bought these antique notes the other day. These are going on eBay. I looked at these and I was like, perfect. We sell lots of collectibles on eBay. Stuff that's like in the box with the packaging, like this. Stuff like this reverse proof set where I'm getting $150 a box on something I paid the bullion price of, or whenever I have these proof eagles, I always put them on an auction and the bidding always gets pretty stiff. I usually do buy it now. I'd recommend doing buy it now for your merchandise, not auctions. I would especially not recommend doing something at 99 cents and letting it ride with a bidding war, because you can get burned on that pretty easily. Also, you always have to charge on shipping. I charge $4 flat shipping. Most stuff I'm selling is first class, so it's under 16 ounces, and it usually costs me about $3 to ship it. So I'll pocket an extra buck in the shipping, and like really that just goes to shipping supplies, which we'll cover in a minute. So just be prepared, like know what the eBay fees are gonna be in your head when you list something. Whenever I list something, I generally list it for 10 to 15% higher than I should, and I always have the option where you can make an offer, and I'll usually take it. Like, it depends on what the offer is. Like, some jackass is sending me these insultingly low offers right now. You're gonna need a label maker, which we have, because it's a bitch printing out and cutting out and taping out labels onto packages. You're gonna need tons and tons and tons of packages. We have bubble mailers. We buy packs of 500. We have like several thousand in the basement. You're gonna need Scotch shipping tape. You're also gonna need things to wrap your merchandise in that's cost effective. I just use newspaper because it's like cheap or free. Like I'll go to a grocery store and I'll grab like a bunch of like coupon books and I'll take those. I'll use those. Every time I buy something online and it comes in packaging, like with like wrapping and packing, I take it out and I take it here and I give it second wind here. That kind of stuff, you want to cut down on cost as much as possible. So anything in the shipping sphere, just try and make it cheap. And the final thing, the most annoying thing, is you deal with insane people sometimes on eBay that are so ridiculous. They'll write these, it's so bizarre. Oh fuck, I got somebody walking in. Sorry?
Watches?
Yeah, I'll take a look. This is a Rolex. Do you have paperwork with it?
The only thing that it came with was this and this. Can I grab my phone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be my guest. I would bet money this is fake. Let's put it on the diamond tester and find out. Like, Rolexes, usually when I see a Rolex, it's fake. This is probably something that's gonna be outside of my ability to buy. I just think the price is probably gonna be, because I don't really do watches.
You have an idea where I might go?
Let me make a phone call for you. So I'm gonna send you here. It's close by.
Okay.
He's a great guy. We do a lot of business with him. He's more of a jeweler. We do more bullion.
Yeah.
You know, I'll buy these kinds of things for like up to, you know, 5,000, but you probably want way more than that. So he'll be able to tell you, and if he can't buy it, he'll be able to point you to somebody who can. In final conclusion, I really don't know if that was fake or not. I put it on my diamond tester and the diamonds were real. He had the paperwork, he had the box. The movement looked a little suspect to me. A Rolex should be like a Rolls Royce, smooth, crisp. I've seen fake Rolexes come in that pass my acid tests, and then only upon really close inspection can I determine. But that was a $19,000 watch he just showed me, and I bet he'd want at least 10, and I don't want to sink $10,000 into a watch. Anyway, finishing on the eBay stuff, I recommend eBay. The one thing though that I just can't stress enough is you gotta be taking advantage of the digital sphere or you're a dinosaur, you're gonna go under. So we have Instagram, we do some business on Instagram. I personally hate Facebook. We should be on Facebook. I just hate it so much. Like, I know Facebook and Instagram are basically the same evil, but I just don't want to use Facebook. So we should be on Facebook. I'm not doing that. But digital spheres are important, and eBay is a convenient tool in this business. Hey guys, some notes I bought yesterday. This is a 1974 $100 bill. It's a star note. If you see a star note, it just means it's a replacement note. It's a tactic that the Treasury uses to control how many bills are in circulation. It's like about uncirculated. As you can see, it's got a little wear right here. I overpaid for this. The guy who sold it to me, he comes in a lot. He sells me a lot of stuff. I want to keep doing business with him. So I kind of tried to refuse buying this, and he was like, oh, come on, it's a star note. It's rare. It's blah, blah, blah. 1974 is pretty new for a note, so I was, again, trying to pass on it. And I offered him 110, he said 125. And I looked on eBay, and I was seeing them going for 200, ones that were in similar condition, so I said, fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just list it for 200. I might sit on this for a year, but I bet I'll be able to sell this eventually. This one is from 1950. And there's nerds that know all the serial numbers. They know what everything means. I believe this one is from Minneapolis. 1950 is not exactly an old note, but sure is pretty cool. I think I paid 110 for this one. And then this one is an error $2 bill. As you can see, the serial number here is infringing over Washington, D.C. So it was printed at an unusual angle, and that's pretty rare for notes. They usually don't make mistakes on notes like they do on coins. I see a lot of these $2 bills. $2 bills are never particularly valuable unless they're like uncirculated from the 1920s. But when they have an error like this, they can command some money. This is probably worth, I don't know, 30 bucks maybe. So that's the magic of US currency. Before everything got really fucked up, I was on a trip to Washington, D.C. in January, and I had a book on U.S. currency notes, and I was wearing all black sunglasses. It was like a red-eye flight, and people, I'm reading this book, I got my sunglasses on, again, I'm wearing all black, and people are like looking at me really weird on the plane. Thinking like, what the fuck is, oh, I bet people think I'm with the Secret Service, or I'm an air marshal or something. All right, well, it is the end of the day, so I'm gonna be wrapping up here. If you guys like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, be sure you do so at Evan Kale. Check out my books on Amazon, check out my merchandise store. Please share this video, I could use some more views. I will see you guys for another episode of Evan Kale's a Pawn Star.